Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, wisdom, spiritual laws, and how to reach your dreams. How to reach your fucking dreams. That's kind of become a slogan now. Another one too is raise your vibe with the Z. I've been using that lately on my Instagram. But today I'm going to talk about first cause and secondary causes, as well as relative first cause, which is creating from our mind. Okay, I'll go into these terms on how these terms work in a logical sequence. And then, because it's going to help you manifest, okay? So stay with me. Number 2 is how Neville Goddard is connected to this, okay, these concepts, because I'm going to go over what Thomas Troward talks about in the Edinburgh Lectures on Mental Science, and specifically the chapter on causes and conditions. And last, I'm going to share how you can use this practically, all right? And how you've been using it, whether consciously or unconsciously. So it could be for your good or for your detriment. All right, so stay to the end to get to that. Now, first cause is thought, the realm of ideas, or what you want to call spirit. Thomas Troward calls it spirit. Spirit's modus operandi. Okay, the operation of spirit, or the operation of thoughts, the operation of the non-physical. All right, you want to know exactly how he's gone back through all of this. He'll explain in the book. But let's start off with that. Okay. Now, when the universal mind creates from, the nebula, the non-physical, and then it became physical, it was all thought. Thought of a planet, thought of this, thought of that, thought of a sun. Okay. That's first cause. The first creator. So it's the universal mind. It creates on a universal scale. When we create, we're called relative first cause because we are in the relative and we are creating things for us specifically. The universal mind creates for everybody. The oxygen is for everybody. The water is for everybody. The food is for everybody. Okay. The universe has brought us that. Has brought it to you. Always has. Okay. Has there been a day where there's no oxygen? Has there been a day when the sun didn't light and heat the earth for everybody? Okay. So going back to you are relative first cause because you create things for yourself. There are, if you're watching this on a phone, TV, projector, or listening to it through your, earphones or what have you, somebody had to think about that. It was an idea. Then they created designs. Then they brought in the resources. Then they created it. But they believed it. They believed they can do it. They had some kind of intuitive feeling that they could do it. That's all the great inventors and successful people have had, belief. Here's another thing. When you're working out, when you're working towards your goals, believe that you're getting there. There's a study of hotel workers where they were studying belief, and they told one group saying, hey, you guys do a lot of physical activity. You guys are going to burn off a lot of fat. All right. So we're going to monitor how much fat you guys are going to be burning off. The other group, they told them nothing. They just, hey, we're just going to follow you guys around. So there was a time period that went by, and guess who lost weight? The people they told they were going to lose weight because they believed what they were told. This is how the placebo effect works as well. They give you a sugar pill and say, hey, this is going to cure cancer. Okay, it's going to cure me. Boom, you believe it because an authority figure told you, and then you're cured. But it wasn't the authority figure. It was you because you believed the authority figure. Okay? Inventors, people who are successful as fuck, believe that they're going to be successful as fuck. They focus on being successful. They focus on making money, not the lack of it. They focus on success, not the lack of success. They focus on health, not the lack of health. They focus on health. I just said that. The focus on love, not the lack of love. They see themselves with their wish fulfilled. Okay? Now, everything that's in the physical, it's a secondary causes. Everything has a primary cause, which is thought. Okay? When we're stuck in the physical, we only see the limitations. Okay? And the relationship of those limitations to other things. That's why we compare. Oh, this is a little cube. Or this is whatever, a little something, and that's a big something. I have something small. Or you might have something big. Oh, something big. That's so they're small. It becomes relative. And oh, I need to go here to go get that. I need to go from point A to point B to get there. Maybe you want to go somewhere, you go to China. And you're in, let's say, California. So you're like, oh man, I need to go this far. Time and space. Limitations. The ideal has no limitations. You can have whatever it is that you want in your imagination, in your mind, in the non-physical. You can have it right now. And when you know this information, you can start creating your dream life. The life that you desire. Okay. Remember that everything is a reflection of an idea. 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 Everything's a reflection of an idea. If this is kind of going in your mind, no, it's not. Think of the fucking phone, the TV, the fucking radio, your earphones that you're fucking listening to right now. Somebody thought about that fucking shit. Nobody planted that in a fucking dirt and then they watered it and put manure to fertilize and it popped out. No, we thought about it. We constructed it. Use our energy. I went like this because we focus our energy on it. When we focus our energy on it, we get it. When we focus our energy on it, we get it. When we focus our energy on it, we get it. When we focus our energy on it, we get it. When we focus our energy on it, we get it. And our energy is our will, is our focus. And see yourself already having it. All right. And this is why we're here. This is why Neville Goddard, in his book, The Law and the Promise at the End, shares about these mystical experiences that he had. And it was all about him showing that we are God. Okay. We are the saviors. We are Christ. By manifesting, we are proving our divineness. We are proving our divineness. Okay, there's different ways he said it because he uses a lot of like Bible verses, but I'm just riffing this stuff off because it's just the idea that we want to really comprehend. When we manifest from thought, idea to physical circumstance, from first cause to secondary causes. Secondary causes because once you have something, it impacts the environment. And then there's other causes, right? Say, for example, you manifest some money, then you give some money to somebody, then they have money. Now they feel happy. Now they can give somebody else other things. And then there's a ripple effect of goodness, okay? You think what you're doing is not impacting the world? It is. Every happy thought, every happy creation, as well as every angry thought and angry creation. That's why it's important to leave your door and interact with the people that you love and at a positive note. Because if you're not, you're impacting them on a negative note. And I like to say note because you're on a vibration. You're a frequency. You're a musical note, basically. That's all we are. We're all energy. In part of a larger energy field. We're all connected. We're all energy. So that's what Neville Goddard says. We're here to prove that we are divine. And we are the divine. So when you get to this point, you see everybody as part of you. But we're also playing a game of life. You know, because I think about this when I think about sex. if you've been watching me, I'm a very, very sexual being. And so you might think about like, oh wow, if I'm with this person, it's like I'm having sex with myself. But it's not yourself, because then when you go back to your ego, there's this, back to the physical, there's a separateness. But if you go back to the realm of ideas and spirituality, we're all connected. Everything is God. God is not divided. You can't divide God. And so the creator, the spirit, you can't divide the spirit. Spirit is not in time and space. There's no limitation. Can't be divided. That's the gist of the idea. All right. So how are we using this now? This is why you stay to the end. Whatever you're focusing on is what you're creating. If you're being angry about something, you're creating more of that. If you're thinking about the things that you want and desire, you're creating more of that. Whatever you focus on, you expand. Okay, whatever you give energy to, you get. So this is also imagination, because your consciousness is, your consciousness is, despite what's going on in physical circumstance. Whatever you say I am to, you are creating. Maybe right now you're angry at something, but the person or that thing that's there is not even there, but you're holding on to it. Let it go. Okay, recognize that you're feeling it. Okay, I feel angry, whatever it is. Okay, I'll let it go. And then you're present. That's all you really want in the end. No money, no physical thing is going to give you that presence. It's just you. You give it to yourself. Happiness, joy, you can give to yourself. Damn, my voice is cracked. That should be the end. That should be the closing statement. Happiness. If you're focusing on happiness, you're creating happiness into your life. All right? Same thing. Whatever you focus on, you're going to get. So you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency, get on a happy note, visualize the thing that you want, and you'll get it. So I'm going to finish it off with this. Remember, you're creating whether you know it or not. Always. You're always impressing your mind with something. So it behooves you, it is your responsibility to stay on a positive note. It is your responsibility, nobody else's. Quote, if we regard the fulfillment of our purpose as contingent upon any circumstance, past, present, or future, we are not making use of first cause. We have descended to the level of secondary causation, which is the region of doubts, fears, and limitations, all of which we are impressing upon the universal subjective mind, with the inevitable result that it will build up corresponding external conditions. Remember, I said happiness, create more happiness, and when you focus on the circumstance, you see limitation, you see lack, you see time, and you're impressing that. You're impressing that because you'll get fear and worries and all that, and you'll have more of that. But if we realize that the region of secondary causes is the region of mere reflections, we shall not think of our purpose as contingent upon any conditions whatever, but shall know that by forming the idea of it in the absolute and maintaining that idea, we have shaped the first cause into the desired form and can await the result with cheerful expectancy. It is here that we find the importance of realizing spirit's independence of time and space. An ideal, as such, cannot be formed in the future. It must either be formed here and now or not be formed at all. And it is for this reason that every teacher who has ever spoken with due knowledge of the subject has impressed upon his followers the necessity of picturing to themselves the fulfillment of their desires as already accomplished on the spiritual plane, as the indispensable condition of fulfillment in the visible and the concrete. So for you, end quote, for you to manifest what you desire, you have to see the idea done. You must see the idea in your mind already done. You already have it. Because there is no lack and limitation in spirit and thought. Okay? What you focus on is what you get. You focus on having already what you desire, you will have what you desire. So close your eyes, sit down, lay down, whatever works best for you. Visualize what you want. Maintain that idea until it manifests. I love you. Until next time, peace.